guys, this is an extraordinary trade. This was one of the biggest trades ever in the Grok day trading chat room. So folks, don't expect this every day in the chat room, but man, this was one heck of a trade. It was on MDR, and we were looking at it here. This was at opening, it had dropped, but then it continued to fall. Then it came upon my radar through my scanning, and it dropped below my level of $5. I won't trade below $5 in a trade, so it fell down below 5. And look at this volume here. That could have been capitulation, where it would have been a massive reversal, but it did pop up here to 515 and then came down and was basing right at 505. So I set up a trade, let the market come to me, that if this was going back down, I wanted to get in above that $5 level. So let's see what happened here next. And it tagged to $5, and then bam, I'm in here at 504. I'm at 504. I am short on MDR. All right, let's see what happened after that. And again, I set up my stop as automatically at 1% here, just above that 20 moving average here. That's representing my stop. Bam, 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 bam. Look at that. Bam! It went down 5% here right off the bat. And so I'm bringing my stop here. Yeah, I'm going to be here in the money already. Zero risk trade. Love it when that happens. And now look at that. It's down here around the 470 area. And I need to show you the next candle. This is kind of hard to recreate here after the fact. It's not dynamic. So what happened in the next candle is it ran back up and then started to come back down. So I went ahead and I took out half at 468 for 7.1% on the first half. That's right, 7.1% on the first half. Woo-wee! Now, I had to change the number of shares that are in my second stop here now, and I put it up here just above this area here where it just had shot up to, and above this 8 EMA. And look at the volume. On the next candle then, it went down. Look at the volume. The biggest volume bar of the day. Oh man, let's see here. People getting short, or are they starting to cover those shorts? Now, look at that, going down. Now, folks, we just need to sit here and watch this. Okay, look at the volume. Now, look at it. Boom! Over 1 million shares. It hit the $4 mark. Over 1 million shares. As soon as it hit $4, everybody's selling this puppy. And I'm still in it. And by the way, I'm bringing my stop down here along this 20 moving average here. I want to give it a little bit of room to bounce before it goes back down. I mean, this is extraordinarily running down here, and it hasn't been halted. If it moves more than 10% in 3 minutes, the circuit breaker gets turned on. This is still going down, and then sure enough, it gets halted right here just below 350. So I'm going to bring my stop down here, up here about 3. Let's go about here at 390, around the 20 moving average. So in case when it opens up, it might shoot way up, and then come right back down again. So I'm putting my stop in place. I still have it in place. Unbelievable in the money here. And let's see what's going to happen here next. It's at 350, and it holds for 5 minutes. Okay, and now here it goes. It's ready to open, and boom, look at that. It popped up here, and then, like I said, it pops up, went up to 368, bam, down to 314. That's about 50 cents on a $3 stock there. That's extraordinary, and it didn't get halted yet, and then bam, it did get halted again, right at $3. All right, so now I'm bringing my stop down here. I'm going to put it up here just above, around the 338 area. And it gets ready. I have to wait for 5 minutes here for it to stop, and it's not opening. It's not opening. And now it's 11 o'clock here, market time, and it's still halted. It's still halted. Oh my goodness gracious! So we're getting ready to close down the chat room for the day, and we usually finish about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and it's still on hold, still on hold, still on hold, still on hold. So we went ahead and I closed up the chat room, but I had to be in front of the market here. So it's here for a long time, right? So what I decided to do is look at this. Popped up here just about to 370, around in that area. So I'm going to move my stop up here, let's say 382-ish. Still an extraordinary return if it were to open up and fill me there on the stop on the to cover. But let's see here, and it's still going. It's still going. It's now 12 noon. It's still halted. So I didn't know if I was going to get out of this during the day or not. It's still halted. It's still halted. Here now it's at 1 o'clock market time. It's still halted. And I'm going to have to change this and crunch this down a little bit here for us. And then move this up. there we go. We're still at $3. We're still at $3. Still at $3. And now it's at 1 o'clock. And now it's at 1:30. I'm still waiting. You know, you talk about like a slow drip torture here. Don't know what's, and then boom, right here at 1:55. Boom! It opened up and it went way up here to 365. Again, I'm up here at 380, just above 380. I'm still good to go. And it started to fall here, so I'm bringing my stop down here right away. And then what happens here is, again, if it drops more than 10%, it did. It dropped more than 10% in 3 minutes. Bam! It got halted again. All right, so now I'm thinking here. All right, I'm going to bring it back up here above 355, and let's see what happens after that. Okay, I'm now in front of the market. It's just doing this 5 minutes. Bam! It dropped to $3 again. Wow! But look at that. In 1 minute, these are 1 minute candles. In 1 minute, it dropped down to 295 and got halted again. And look at that. 1.5 million shares got traded in that 1 minute. And whoops, there we go. Let's go back here. There we go. And then 5 minutes later. So now I'm bringing my stop down here. Well, I'm going to bring it down here around that 325 area. Let's see what's going to happen here now. I'm going to unlock this so that we can see it. It will go automatically down. Bam! Down to 265. That's more than 10% in 1 minute. And again, over 1 million shares in that 1 minute, and it gets halted again. Bringing my stop down, bringing it just above where it got halted before. Let's see where it goes from here. And bam! It popped up to 275 and back down here. Another 10% drop. It took almost 2 minutes this time, and it got halted again. Bringing my stop down just above that area there. And I'm now at 277. Again, remember, I am short from 504. And now it drops down here. Bam! Down here to the $2 level. And then now, look at that. 1, 2 candles. It hasn't stopped out yet. And then what happened? So in the 3rd minute, I said, okay, it's time for me to get out. So I went in, I bring my stop all the way down here, and then it stopped me out at 204. Are you ready for this? For 59.5% on the second half. Ooh-wee. So let's take a look at this whole trade. That's going to be a little hard to show this whole thing here, isn't it? Whoops, the other way around here. Because it started way back here at what was it? It says at 10:20 in the morning, and then it fell down here, and then for the longest time I'm just sitting here with half of my position still on halt. Popped up, and then I just played it all the way down here until it got to $2, and I got out. So this total trade was for 33.3%. Ooh, doggies, and it took 3.5 hours, folks. Now, with our $10,000 lot size in the room, and I had a full lot size on this, it ends up being about $3,300 in that 3.5 hours. Again, this is an extraordinary trade, not one that we normally have in the room, but whew, I'll tell you, that was a pretty tense to be sitting there for the longest time, and then when it started to do that, it kept dropping. Now, here's the sad part. Where is it right now? Let's go to today, and right now it just was at 152 when I started this recording here. Now it's at 158. It was $10 just a few days ago. It was a $10 stock. Well, hey, if you'd like to join us in the day trading chat room at Grok, just go to groktrade.com, groktrade.com, look under the chat room, get all the details there. But while you're trading, just remember what Tony Turner said in her book, Beginner's Guide to Day Trading Online. It was, the day I began trading with composure as my only emotion was the day I became a winning trader, period. Trade well, and may your winners run.